if you're implying that the Supreme Court is just going to do whatever Trump wants, then I think there'll be a violation of the separation of powers, which is a anti-conservative.
No, but I just to kind of cut ahead, because aren't we? I don't know how long we're running this, Corbin. Are we running for 2 hours, basically?
Yeah, the ideal is about 2 hours. I have about.
Yeah, so I kind of want.
Anti-lolly is the diff. No, I don't know. Lots of liberals would be anti-lolly too. Like the moment they think of like any kind of resembling children kind of thing, like they would also be anti-lolly. Like, also no, Connor is not that socially conservative. I feel like we just interpret this space differently versus the outside space. I think in the outside space, like Connor is pro-gay marriage. I'm sure, right? 100%. He's pro-gay marriage. If he's pro-gay marriage, and he doesn't mind like transitioning if you're like diagnosed or something, I feel like that's a right-wing liberal. That's just a right-leaning moderate liberal, right? I don't know. He does the soul points, yeah, but it's like there's plenty of religious Democrats that do that too.
I kind of want to cut ahead. My point would be that like Trump saying, "Oh, there's this case making its way up the lower courts, and it's going to make it to the Supreme Court about Roe v. Wade, and I hope the Supreme Court does something about that." I don't know if there would be any like legal or ethical prohibitions against him offering an opinion like that.
Well, he can offer opinion, but as Luke said before, the opinion isn't like direct influence.
Yeah, so. Sure. The well, just so we can get it all in, because we only got like 40 minutes left. So in environmental,
are legitimately pro-lolly? What the fuck does that even mean? That means nothing to me.
Conservatism, just real quick, even if you guys don't want to deal with it, that's fine. Environmental conservatism, the Department of the Bureau of Land Management, the head of the Bureau of Land Management, appointed by Trump in conjunction with a Republican, tried to sell tens of millions of acres of federal public land. You can make whatever pro-capitalist arguments you want. You can make whatever pro-timber, pro-ranching, pro-whatever arguments. The point is that that's not environmental conservatism. Any disagreement on that?
Okay. Would you argue that
while you go do your thing, I'm gonna go grab a charger real quick.
Yeah, when you tell me, would you argue that putting oil wells in Alaska on federal land or national reserves, would that be economic conservatism, or would that just be conservatism in general? Would you be economic conservatism? Probably, right? Like allowing capitalist society.
That'd be like free market.
Free market. Okay, cool. So I like the idea that when we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about environmental conservatism or economic conservatism and what's more conservative, I got to be honest, as the actual conservative in the room, when I'm sitting here hearing what y'all are saying, yeah, I don't give two fucks about him selling land to these people, especially if it's going to be good for ranching, it's going to be good for oil. Like, yeah, good, more power to them. That would be the conservative stance overall. Yeah, because the economic trumps the environment.
Then I'm just gonna point out, Teddy Roosevelt, one of the greatest Republicans who ever lived, is the person who established, the federal park system, and then it was actually Richard Nixon who created the Environmental Protection Agency. And so stewardship, environmental
for his time, right?
So you could argue that something that was progressive for like one time is conservative for like a different time. And when we argue for conservatism today, it is different than the progressivism of like.
Hold on. Would you argue that?
That Lincoln is a conservative of today? Like, would you argue that?
Hold on.
Would you argue that Lincoln is a conservative of today?
Well, by what's your argument, sure. But hold on. If we're going to go with your argument, and this is why this is really dumb, if I was to sit here and say we can look at any point in history and we can argue that they have conservative movements at any point in history for every form of government that's ever existed, right? So if I was going to be a traditional conservative, I don't know, Athenian, and I believed in the cult of Dionysus, then I would believe rampant degeneracy would be conservatism, right? At that time. And it would be accurate and applicable because I would be the traditionalist in that sense, as opposed to, I don't know, Paul coming in and pushing progressive Christianity that's going to go against our conservative national traditions. Well, hold on. In the sense it is that in that one chance, right? In that one situation. So when you're going to make this argument, it's dumb, right? Because you're going to go, hey, is Teddy Roosevelt a progressive?
We're not arguing in the context
North, Gibbs finish.
The problem is when you argue the point that you're making, Teddy Roosevelt is a progressive by modern metrics as well. He expanded the national government, expanded national parks in the sense. He wanted more power for the federal government. We see this many, many times. And when we're talking about what's more conservative, getting rid of this stuff, the national parks, and shrinking the government is the conservative standpoint.
Okay, question, Admiral Gibbs. If you were
why is he talking to children? And what, you don't? Just kidding.
No, I don't want to get, we only got 30 minutes left, so I don't want to get spun up on a thing. I think that what Gibbs said, which I understand, and I do not agree with his perspective, but I understand it to be valid, which is that he thinks environmental conservatism is gay and cringe.
Yeah,
And so Trump in MAGA is not environmentally conservative, but environmental conservatism is gay and cringe. That's kind of
what.
So I'm okay.
What conservatives in the recent like
hold on,
what conservatives in the recent like 20 years, 30 years, for like since the 90s, like have ever thought environmental conservatism wasn't gay and cringe?
Richard Nixon.
Okay. Richard Nixon.
So
and
Richard Nixon and Teddy Roosevelt, two of the greatest Republicans who ever ran for office, but that's not a problem. We don't need to get spun up on an
all right, Nixon's not an environmental conservative. Okay,
we don't need to get spun up on this. So
Wait, why, dude? Wait, why were you talking about environmental conservatism? Does anyone ever define how conservative they are based off of like how they view the environment? Does literally anybody measure it like that? I feel like nobody measures it like that, right? Like I feel like environmentalism or whatever policies you have are always like tertiary on like the list of priorities people have, or even like fourth or fifth.
What I would argue is
something crazy.
I want to tell Luke about Edmund Burke real quick, but realistically, that could go along with constitutional conservatism as well. So Luke, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay.
Okay. So a guy, I'll try to be as brief as possible. There's this guy named Edmund Burke who was an English statesman during the French Revolution. And he believed that the traditionalists, because traditionalism is different than conservatism, that the traditionalists in the French society held on to institutions that were dead, like the Catholic Church and like monarchy.
There's a reason I don't speak up during this section, mainly because I don't think environmental conservatism isn't really part of American conservatism. Yeah, exactly. I think that Connor is just being a fucking dork. I think he's just being a dork here. Like, to me, Connor's a nerd, okay? He has read up on too much material. Now he's bringing it up. He doesn't need to bring this up. It actually hinders him.
And so as a result of them holding on to dead institutions, the revolutionaries got more and more rabid over time because they were constantly pushing for change that was never happening. And so Edmund Burke, although he articulated this in essays, he didn't say it one-to-one, but what Edmund Burke came up with, he's considered the founding father of conservative philosophy. And what he said is that...
Bro, is Connor trying to look good in front of the kid? I think that's what's going on. Yeah, I actually do think that's what's going on. I think now that you have said that, I think I can see it. Yeah, I think that's what that's what he's doing. So if you guys don't know, okay, Luke here is a 15-year-old. And I just think that Connor is just trying to impress him.
Conservatives should default to the status quo. Institutions are filled with centuries or millennia of wisdom, and therefore you should not take institutions and just throw them out the window. What you can do, though, as a conservative, so you don't make society so brittle that it falls apart, is you criticize progressive and liberal criticism of existing institutions so you can find out what the good ideas are, and you can eliminate the bad ideas, and you can institute good ideas over time. Because like it or not, there are some good ideas that come from all parts of the political spectrum. So I like Burke. Whether or not you guys like Burke, it almost doesn't matter. What I would argue, though, in reference to constitutional conservatism, that specifically...
Bro, Connor is such a yapper, dude. I just wish he doesn't yap so much. Like, why the fuck does he yap so much? Oh my god. Like, dude, like, who the fuck ordered this fucking yappuccino, dude? Holy shit.
With Donald Trump's attempt...
Why do you drink water like a hamster? Because I'm a critter.
To violate the 12th Amendment of the United States with the fake elector scheme in December and January of 2020 and 2021, Donald Trump and anybody who supports him are not constitutional conservatives, and they're not Burkean conservatives.
Thank you, Obama.
Gabriel Gibbs, do you think that Trump
speech there
wishes to respect the Constitution?
Yes, I think he respects the Constitution.
Do you think that January 6th was an
here we go.
Yeah, January 6th.
Yeah, you try to overthrow the fucking Republic of the United States. Yeah, here we go.
Bro, do we know, we've seen right now...
I will diss Connor, I will.
Like 90 or 200, some crazy amount of FBI agents undercover were there. We have videos now that have been released of the FBI agents.
Allegedly. Hey, Connor and North.
Hold on. Allegedly.
He's lying or spreading misinformation.
We have this. I'm sorry, it's not lying and misinformation. Once again, I'd like to point out the only one who spread misinformation is you two, because I posted the sources. We could...
Wait, what did he say?
Go.
Bro, do we know, we've seen right now something like, what was it, 200, like 90 or 200, some crazy amount of FBI agents undercover were there. We have videos now.
Oh my god, he believes in the most stupidest fucking conspiracy ever. What the fuck? Nah, that's a dude. That's not just like that's such an old one as well. That's such an old conspiracy as well. Like for January 6th.
Now that have been released of the FBI agents
President.
allegedly.
Hey, Connor and North.
Hold on. Allegedly,
he's lying or spreading misinformation.
We have this. I'm sorry, it's not lying and misinformation. Once again, I'd like to point out the only one who spread misinformation is you two, because I posted the sources. The host can verify that, and all the sources are direct primary sources, but they quote the people themselves saying it. That's important here. And so once again, if we're going to talk about who's lying, spreading misinformation, I think that's important. So when we're going to sit here and go talk about January 6th, right? The argument that there are not people. When Trump's running on the idea in January in his first term to clean out the swamp, that after appointing people after 4 years, that he's going to undo the last two administrations, right, of people that he thinks have been corrupt and then are.
You know what's so funny about like the whole like federal agents conspiracy is that number one, there is a very clear point A to point B from Trump telling Proud Boys to stand back and stand by for Charlottesville, and to January 6th. There's a very, very clear distinction, point A to point B. Second of all, okay? Even if, like just even assuming 100 or a few hundred federal agents were trying to instigate, why did the real Trump supporters go along with them? Why didn't they recognize that? Probably because they thought that they could do it too. All right? So no, it doesn't absolve any of them, and nor does it absolve Trump's dialogue. So this is a retarded fucking point. It is a retarded point, okay? It is such a retarded point. I am pissing and shitting myself, okay?
We're going to work against him. It's crazy. And that's why we're seeing so much more change now with this administration.
Also, you know the thing with conspiracies? This is the nature of all conspiracies, okay? But nobody will ever believe it, whatever, I don't care. The thing is that humans are human, okay? At one point or another, by now, there will be at least one whistleblower from that group, okay? If they are doing some heinous, immoral shit, okay, that they are not comfortable with, all right? At some point, that would have leaked out, period. Okay, that would have leaked out, period, over the past whoever, when, how many years. The chances of literally nobody speaking up, even now, is near zero. Okay, period, near zero, if not zero. All right, yeah. Foodshops is giving Gibbs too much credit. Oh, I mean, I'm telling you guys. Okay, if I'm talking to Gibbs, I give up. I'll just concede. I'll just concede the debate because I don't want to talk to, I don't want to. How do you lead a horse to water when the horse is retarded? Okay, Confucius says. All right. How you gonna lead the horse to the water if the horse is that retarded? Like, how the fuck are you supposed to do that? Like, how the fuck are you supposed to lead a chubby fat horse to water if the horse is the retarded? The mentally retarded horse.
Because now he's finally been able to clear out some of that rot because they weren't able to recover all that bullshit over the Biden administration because they were inept, thank God. And, President Autopan in the House. And when we go and see Trump come in here, he's able to implement a lot of the changes he wants by getting key staffers. And now we're uncovering the duplicitous nature of these undercover operations the Dems are running and all these things. So when Connor talks about the fake electorate scandal and, how long did I hear about how the Russian collusion thing was a hoax, and now we hear it's a true fact statement. It's basically clearly a scandal. How often did I hear Autopan wasn't a thing? That's clearly an issue. We're finding out more and more. We're finding out there was even alleged bribes for Autopan, right? We're going to keep going down the list. So when we're going to talk about all this bullshit, I don't want to hear that you're advocating for conservatism. And I just want to point out one more thing. If Connor actually believed in virtue conservatism, which I still question as actual conservatism, the idea that whenever he says, hey, Trump is going to appoint social conservatives, and they are going to push social conservative policies, which he admitted is happening, well, guess what? That would, even if he hates Trump, still uphold the values of Burkean conservatism, because they're going to be pushing for more social conservative policies, like a return to church or community or local level politics. That's something they would push, and they would push a slower gradual change. So Connor is throughout this debate admitted Trump has done the things that he wants more.
Just going to keep going if we don't.
Well, I mean, I'm done, but listen, okay. I'm sorry that you're having a valid point.
Do you think that January 6th was an inside job?
I don't know. I'm ready to find out more.
What are you
talking about? Undercover actors, is what you're implying, though, is that it's an undercover job.
It seems pretty interesting. I want to see more about it.
This is the meme. This is the meme behind every conspiracy ever, right? Like, Oh, I don't know. That's an interesting question. I don't know. Maybe we should find out more. You still don't know after 4 years? After 5 years? You still do not know after 5 years? Really? You can't say, like, you literally cannot say whether or not January 6th is an inside job after 5 years. I want to find out more about it. Okay, have you found out anything else about it? Like, anything? Say, you cannot lead the retarded horse to the water. Horse do not understand that the water is good for the is good for the horse.
Well, hold on. The head of the FBI said that you're wrong.
So you mentioned like a court of law. Like, do you think a congressional committee is say equivalent in credibility to like?
No.
No.
Oh, I would be done too.
Like, I mean, have you seen some of these committees? They have people up there and they just scream at each other. You think that's like an actual like investigation?
So you would never use a congressional committee in order to like ascertain or?
I didn't say that either. I mean, it's one of the tools. Go ahead.
Let's see. North, were you finished?
Well, I was just wondering if he believes. Do you believe in the electric plot? Like, do you think that that was an inside job, or like that, like people are lying about that?
I don't have enough information to make a determination at this point.
What do you mean you don't have enough information? You say Connor's talked about it before. Have you done no research at all into this?
I have done research. I have not. I don't feel I have enough information to make a determining decision whether or not.
What information are you lacking that would prevent you from determining something?
I don't know. There's the plethora of information I think I would like to see.
Okay, well, what information do you feel like is lacking? Okay, so in you say you've done research, right?
Yes.
What research do you feel is like inconclusive or lacking to prevent you from like making a decision on January 6th?
Listen, there is a plethora of information. I'm
going to say that again. I'm not
answering your question. You're asking me. No. You're asking me to prove like a negative, right? Like, I don't know what definitive information. Like, am I supposed to say? Okay, hold on. Let me give you an example.
Habibi, you are retarded. Habibi, you are retarded. Okay.
Like O.J. Simpson, right? People think that there was determining definitive evidence that he killed someone. Court of law found him not guilty, right? And for that reason, right, people go forward, he can say he was innocent of that murder. So when you're sitting here going, I need whatever, I don't know what definitive information I need because I haven't seen the future. As much as I claim to be a prophet, the Lord doesn't come down and actually show me.
Take your OJ example. I haven't seen enough to determine yet. So like evidence that you would might find lacking would be like, oh, there was literally there's like a recording of OJ like killing his wife. That might be like evidence that you would like find lacking. So like,
sure, I could make guesses if I saw them actually.
When you look at the January 6th information, what information do you find lacking?
Bro, are you want me to list a million hypotheticals? Is that what you're asking me?
Oh my gosh, you literally said to me, okay, we'll make a hypothetical with like OJ, so I can't make a hypothetical with like January 6th. What information are you lacking to make a definitive?
There's lots, bro. I'm not going to just sit here and list 20.
You've done no research on January 6th.
I had that. Hold on, that's cool. You can think that. I've debated January 6th about every fucking panel for the last 2 goddamn years. If you
so then you should have enough information to make a definitive opinion. Maybe, possibly.
Bro, let me ask you a question. Do you really like? Are you really want to go down this line of thought? Is this what we're going to do again? Like, I thought we were arguing about this. That's fine. Fine. Okay. Cool. Fine. All right. Go ahead, Connor. I'm actually. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I think the reason why North and people like me are a little incredulous, the reason why we're upset, the reason why we've been talking about it for 5 years, is because Donald Trump claimed that he had evidence of outcome determinative voter fraud all the way back in 2020. He's had 5 years to prove it outside of court or inside of court. The argument for the fake elector scheme was that in 1960, the state of Hawaii was doing a recount where the vote was only down by like 110 votes, and they thought that JFK was going to win. So the certified election certified that Nixon had won, but Hawaii submitted an alternate slate of electors in 1960, and then it ended up that JFK had won, and so the alternate electors were not prosecuted. They were not found to be attempting anything criminal. But there's 2 problems with this. Number one, they were doing so in good faith with substantive evidence that they believed that JFK was going to win. Number 2, the election was not outcome determinative. Neither of those are true in the 2020 case. What happened was, somebody would have to remind me of the name, but there was a lawyer that was working for Trump who said that using Hawaii in 1960 as a model, what we can do is we can go to all of the battleground states where we believe there to be fraud that they've never substantiated, and we can go ahead and send our own slate of electors and vice.
Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know what he's talking about, basically there was a scheme among like high-ranking Republican officials where they were trying to make an alternate slate of electors, and this is something that people completely miss, right? Like, people do not know anything about this point when they talk about it. Sadly enough, all right. I wish more people knew about the subject, but we can't really decide this. So basically, what they did is they got a bunch of Republican conspirators who basically all agreed that they knew that it was fake. They were not the actual electors. They knew it was fake, and they tried to get into the same building using fake documentation in order to submit all of their votes for Michigan for Donald Trump. And I believe that this also occurred for Nevada as well. So they got together a bunch of cronies to go and do something like this, basically. And I believe that the thing is that they were convicted. I think they were convicted and tried for documentation falsification, like legal document falsification is what like they were going to be tried on. But yeah, no. There you go. Now you know that lore. Yeah, there was 3 different states. It was every swing state, not just these 2. Okay, every swing state. Yeah. So just so you know, it was an actual conspiracy, like an actual real fucking conspiracy. That is, in my opinion, just as heinous as January 6th. I think January 6th is heinous just simply because of how crazy it was. Like, the magnitude of anybody just raiding the Capitol building is crazy, right? Obviously, everyone can agree to that, right? So it's very visible. Everyone knows about it, right? But the thing is that this is something that is way more invisible that literally nobody knows about, which is the problem. It shouldn't. It shouldn't be like this, right? More people should know about this, but they don't. And yeah, yeah.
President Pence, based off of the 12th Amendment, can actually vacate the vote. And if the Democrats try to challenge it, then the Electoral Act of whatever year effectively...
The alternate electors were supposed to be used by Pence once Trump sent the protesters to the Capitol. Really? Okay, that makes a lot more sense then. Like, altogether, like, that makes more sense. So just so you know, like, whenever Donald, like, again, every single accusation is a confession, right? Every single time Donald Trump says, like, oh yeah, the election was stolen, yeah, that's just projection. It really is just projection. No joke.
Pushes it down to the House of Representatives. Yeah. So not only could Vice President Pence unilaterally declare Donald Trump the winner of the 2020-2021 election, but if he fails to do so, the House of Representatives could choose Donald Trump as the president of the United States based off of Republican loyalty. So we came within a hair's breadth of Donald Trump and his lawyer, I think it was Eastman, of stealing the election of our republic. There is nothing Burkean about that. There's nothing constitutional about it. And it's fucking wild that 5 years from now, Donald Trump not only promised that he was going to prove the fraud, he's had 5 years to do so. He's failed to do so in or out of court.
It's true.
So please tell me where I'm wrong.
I will tell you right, because once again, this is the problem I have with this, because you're sitting here saying all these things, and I think it's corrupt.
All these descriptively true things.
Hold on, I'm about to list some descriptively true things too, right? I'm going to sit here and list a few things. Kim Paxton has just filed a list right here with a ton of illegal immigrants on rolls as alleged voters right now, right? We know for a fact.
Like, what if Pence did not? What if Pence was on the side of Trump that day? I think if Pence was on the side of Trump that day, nobody would know what the fuck to do. I really don't I just really don't think anyone would know what the fuck to do. Yeah. I think that would be. I think if Pence was on Trump's side that day, like, people would just have people would just be frozen, because like this is like a, yeah. Yeah, alternate reality, I guess.
Right now, I don't know if you've been following the news recently, but there was an illegal alien that was caught being a superintendent of a school district, right? Guess what? This person is actually registered as a Democrat voter. So when I'm sitting here going, hey, I see examples like this, I go, hey, there's smoke, there's probably fire. God. And so when I see us going, we're going to the fight the Dems are doing with redistricting, how they're sitting here trying to rig things, how they want illegal immigration, how they want us to fund, and this is, once again, I posted a source of this, fund illegal immigrants getting health care for certain things. And this is a policy they've advocated for on top of that with the Kamala, And so when I'm sitting here seeing these things, and I see the game seems to be rigged, and you go, "Can you prove there's no fake electors?" And I go, "Well, I'm seeing examples of illegal aliens voting. That would also be subverting the American election system and winning a vote via a legal means." There isn't anything. Hold on. Are you arguing that we don't have right here? I can give you a specific name of an illegal immigrant that was a superintendent that's a registered dim voter. Are you telling me that didn't happen, North? If it happens,
you can say that. Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Okay, so then your next argument is it not enough?
Registered Dem voter, and that doesn't mean that illegal aliens stole the 2020 election. There's nothing been proven that's been happened. You're making a.
Hold on, we're finding evidence of social.
Gibbs, let North finish. Gibbs, let North finish. Gibbs, let North finish. I will mute you.
You're making a.
Ryokin has posted a video of you 11 hours ago. Really? What, the woman beater? Dude. Oh, Foodshops thinks Destiny is a gross consent-violating pest. He just has too many haters. Do I? Okay, what is this?
Because people keep saying this.
Real quick. Oh, yeah.
People keep saying this thing. It's like, okay, well, Destiny might have done a bad thing, but she did a bad thing too. No! That means that nobody did a bad thing. That, like, people say two wrongs don't make a right, but in some circumstances, they...
He's talking about legally wise. I don't actually agree with this. I just want to clarify, I don't actually agree with this, okay? I think this is a solid point that I actually disagree with him on. Alright? Because at the end of the day, we're looking at Destiny's behavior, right? Like, we don't care all that much about Pixie, right? Except in the context of, like, legal shit, right? Like, for me, at the very least, I'm looking about what Destiny specifically has done. Even if the other person has done something bad, that kind of lessens Destiny's, like, whatever actions. I've always said this, by the way. Like, I've always said that I don't agree with all the actions and everything that has happened within Destiny's perspective. I'm pretty sure the person I agree with the most is Loner Box's perspective, not Destiny's perspective. The reason why I defend Destiny is because he deserves the representation. He deserves the good faith arguments. But the thing is like, if let's just say I was in an environment where there are legitimately a lot of people arguing for Destiny to the point where I'm not needed. Okay, if I'm not needed, then I'm probably going to be aligning myself more with the critic. Absolutely. Yeah. But, like, the only reason why, like, I'm doing this is because I just believe that even as a critic, you know, I believe that Destiny deserves, like, some good faith public representation, because he has none right now, you know, that's it. Yeah, and I still stand by it. This is a fucking base take. You can't tell me this is not a base take. Like, this is objectively a base take. Oh my god. The reason why, like, another thing is that, like, the people, like, the attacks that are coming in, because, like, another reason why I'm on, like, fucking Destiny's side here, okay, is because people like Ryle Kittenhouse will just paint this as, like, the worst faith possible, like, using this fucking, using this title, right? Foodshops thinks Destiny is a gross consent-violating pest. He just has too many haters. Like, this is just about the worst possible. Like, oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Like, the reason why, like, this is unacceptable to me is just simply because, like, the way that this is being framed as if Destiny is some frat boy who's, like, taking upskirt shots of women, right? I believe that if you're gonna say, like, a bunch of descriptors, I think that the first image that comes into your mind should be what that accurate representation of whatever your words mean, right? Like, for example, you can't just say, oh, that person's a rapist, and then the person goes, oh, that person, like, fucking forcibly penetrated someone, and you're like, oh, no. That person is just a rapist of a different kind, okay? An internet rapist, okay? I believe that words have meaning, okay? I just don't... I don't agree. Yeah, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this descriptor. I don't agree with calling Destiny this, because he doesn't match the picture that comes into my head when I think of a gross consent-violating pest, period, right? Yeah. Also, again, I've also always said this too. Like, have I not said have I not said that I believe that people deserve public representation. However, you don't deserve a specific kind of public representation. Also, Peach, thank you so much for the raid on Kick, okay? But I just want to say that why the fuck, like, why in the world, like this isn't a new take, by the way. Do you know how many times I have said to the audience that I actually don't agree with all of Destiny's actions? You realize that I've literally said this to Destiny, right? Like, he knows about this, and everybody knows about this, okay? But I guess this is breaking news to anti-fans. So, welcome to the club, I guess? Yeah, very cool. All right. But yeah, you know what? I'm glad that you're promoting me, okay? Thanks for the free promo, I guess. And for, like, listing one of my fucking best takes. I've said this time again and again, okay? I've always said you shouldn't defend Destiny on every single action that he takes. You really should not, okay? Because it's a losing battle if you do, right? He made another video? No, it's a clip. Like, again, you shouldn't, like, defend Destiny on every single action that he does, okay? But you should absolutely attack the people who are trying to push misinformation or disinformation or misleading information about him, right? Absolutely you should, yeah.
Claim, right? Okay, you say that there's a single superintendent who is a registered Democrat, right? That does not mean that the 2020 election was stolen.
I thought he only made videos though. He's still a loser. Well, I mean, I think Ryo's just fixated on me, okay? Just a reminder that Ryo made like some kind of like fucking YouTube request to ask me to take down me mentioning his like IRL first name. Even though he's already been doxxed to so many fucking people, so literally who cares?
Yeah, by like the Democrats. And sure, you could say, sure, you can, there's been, actually, I don't think you even can claim that there's been voter fraud because there's been no evidence of voter fraud.
Hold on. If he's an illegal alien,
no, hold on.
Is that voter fraud?
There's no evidence of outcome determinative
voter
fraud. Here's what's funny. In Arizona, they claimed that they had outcome determinative voter fraud, and they asked Arizona to recount. What they ended up doing is they added more votes for Biden.
Yeah, crazy, because it's totally not like Exxon investigated itself for its own oil leak or some shit. But hey, that's a good point. But like, you know,
6 years later.
But hold on, my point.
Connor and Gibbs don't talk over each other.
Okay.
Connor and Gibbs don't talk over each other.
Connor made a good point here. He said he admitted that what North is not willing to admit, because I guess he's either not knowledgeable.
He was willing to admit
or lying. But Counterpart is making a good point. There's no evidence of established outcome determinative voter fraud via illegal aliens. However, under what I was told by the Dems and people on the left, like Connor and North here, I was told.
But I just want to clarify the reason why like anti-fans perceive that to be like such a like big deal or whatever, right? When it comes to like giving criticism is because they never criticize their own side. So when somebody on the other side criticizes their own side, that is a completely foreign concept to them, okay? They do not understand what it means to be held accountable for anything, but like what it means to be held accountable by their own audience or by people that they respect, right? Like you can still criticize someone and still be on their side in general, right? Yeah, like the thing is that like again, like they have no self-accountability either, so they have to view every single one of these as like the most extreme thing possible. It's very cringe.
Yeah. There was no illegal aliens. It didn't happen.
Every accusation is a confession.
And then when
okay.
I go and look, I see. Oh, we're seeing examples more and more coming out now that the Trump admin is looking into this, and Republican governors and their staff are looking into it. We're seeing more and more examples of illegal aliens being registered to vote as voter fraud, to the point that it may soon show that there is outcome determinative voting fraud, at least in local detections. And we have a case that actually proves this in Connecticut. There is the example that they've now been have a recall vote, and they've had to redo the thing because there's literal examples of Dems going to the ballot box and stuffing it full of fake votes. And we know this. We know that that was outcome determinative at a local level. And my argument is, I want to see more investigation because if we're seeing it at the local level, it's primed for the federal level. Can you show me evidence that there's no proof that there's outcome determinative?
We will soon see local areas being affected by illegal immigrants affecting the election, right? That doesn't mean, do you mean, by soon mean, you mean in the future, right? Not in the present?
It seems like we're having plenty of evidence.
No, you mean in the future, not in the, as in like it's a trend that will be
I'm saying that
in the future or not the present.
No, I'm saying, yeah, it's going to be provable in the future because they are looking back at previous elections and determining that there was voter fraud.
The 6 years, have they not looked back to, or 5 years since 2020? Have they not looked back to the 2020 election?
If you got elected via voter fraud, would you look into it?
What do you, the Trump administration literally
Hold on.
What evidence has there been? What evidence has there been? There's nothing to investigate because it doesn't exist.
Hold on. Well, that's interesting because I just gave you 3 examples that I can provide sources for.
That's not outcome determinative voter fraud.
Hold on. Well,
which is what you were alleging.
Hold on, North. This is the question. One of them was outcome determinative, the Connecticut case. And so I have one example of outcome determinative at a local level. I have examples now of voter fraud that could become outcome determinative if we have enough. When I was told there was no examples of this sort of voter fraud in the first place. And so when you're sitting here saying, hold on. When you're saying in the last 4 years, why have we investigated it? Well, if you got determined, I think it's a pretty no-brainer. If you got elected via having illegals vote for you, would you sit here and investigate that thoroughly? No.
Trump has been in office for an entire year. Why isn't Donald Trump, after he's been in office for an entire year, not investigated this bullshit?
They are, and that's why we're having evidence of hearings.
Trump is willing to literally fucking Comey over.
I have provided 3 examples.
Bullshit
I have provided 3 examples, and there's more. I provided 3 examples, and there's more of them finding voter fraud running at a rampant level to the point it could become determinative in the last previous election. And you're sitting here going, they have nothing. Well, when you say nothing's come out, and I give you examples, that's something, isn't it?
There hasn't even been any indictments for any of this. There's been no indictments.
What if the guys are getting deported? And we thought he did it. What do you mean?
What do you mean people are getting deported? That's not an indictment for voter fraud. Outcome determinative voter fraud.
He wants to waste more government
dollars. Conspiracy. But there's been nothing in the court for any of this.
Hold on. Once again, you're not a conservative. Once again, you want the government to waste dollars on approving an additional.
Yes, I want the government. If you are alleging voter fraud, the government should investigate that.
We already have cases. I literally gave you a specific case.
Not investigate the apparently massive fucking claims that the 2020 election was completely fraudulent.
They're investigating it now, aren't they?
Well, you're saying they should investigate it because they're going to be wasting tax dollars money. Apparently,
that's not what I just said.
Oh my gosh, this is fucking ridiculous. Lying through your teeth. That's what you're doing. Making shit up and lying through your teeth. That's what you're doing.
I gave 3 examples. One was the term. And what I just said, since you're confused, I said in the case of the superintendent where they found evidence he was a Democratic voter. Well, I don't give a shit if they add another charge. I just want him gone, and I don't want more money spent in the court. Let's just get rid of the guy, and we'll deal with the other. I pointed a definitive case in Connecticut. I pointed to a
just remember to be calmer next time, okay? The problem here is that you could be entirely telling the truth here, but the issue is that nobody will listen to what you have to say because you're being a little bit too, just chill. Okay, chill out.
Case in Connecticut, and we have several thousand people in Texas. Tim Paxton's already found, which definitely was determined at a local level.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Holy shit.
Okay, so you're clearly not official.
We're encroaching on the about 2 hour mark. Do we want to go ahead and go to closing arguments or closing statements?
Do we do it the same order we did before?
Sorry?
Same order we did
backwards.
before?
We do it backwards.
Or so Luke.
Backwards.
The applicant's corner.
We'll do the same order. Connor,
Never mind.
shout yourself out and give a closing statement.
Okay. Yeah. My name's Connor. I'm a science fiction, politics, and philosophy nerd, Marine Corps and law enforcement veteran, a never Trump Republican. If you enjoyed any of my takes or analysis, then go ahead and type in Counterpoints Politics into your search bar. You'll find my YouTube channel. If you're into Warhammer 40K, Star Wars, or science fiction, you can type in Counterpoints 40K. No. Got a pretty good channel over there. Counterpoint Star Wars and Counterpoint Sci-Fi I'm starting with, but I think I'm making good content, so go ahead and check those out. In conclusion, in reference to our conversation, I think it's pretty clear that Donald Trump and the MAGA movement, by sweeping for Donald Trump, are not Burkean conservative. They're not constitutional conservative. Otherwise, they would care more about what we just talked about in the past 5 to 10 minutes. In reference to social conservative, I will concede a part that Donald Trump is emboldening Christian theocrats and emboldening Christian conservatives. However, how far he emboldens them could actually be arguably bad for the country. I do not think that Donald Trump himself is a social conservative. I think he takes God's name in vain. I think he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. I think that he is credibly accused of being a pedophile rapist. And it embarrasses me that social conservatives are willing to sweep for him. In reference to neoconservatism, I don't think he's a neoconservative. I understand that you guys said he's hawkish on a few things, but I don't think that really the way that he's hawkish is in the most stupid and incompetent way possible. He's absolutely not a fiscal conservative. I think North and I, even if we disagree with this as a panel, I think North and I demonstrated that pretty clearly in the beginning of the panel. And then he's not an environmental conservative, which I would argue.
Yeah, like the thing is that you can. Okay, listen. Okay, I don't want a backseat debate. Yeah. I don't want a backseat debate. Okay, but yeah, just FYI. Okay, just from a viewer's perspective, just know that it's very hard to understand what you're talking about and what point you're trying to get to, when you're like that when you're spurging out, okay? Like the thing is that I can definitely understand what Admiral Gibbs was saying. Because like he's like enunciating. But to be fair, you know, like I don't want to go too hard on you. Just mainly because I think you're new-ish, right? I think you're newish. I think you're new. Yeah, you're new, I think. So, yeah, you know what? This is just lesson for the future. Right?
Republicans, Teddy Roosevelt and Richard Nixon, were both environmental conservatives. And so there is an argument for environmental stewardship in the conservative movement that I would like to see conservatives return to. So it sucks. I hate the state of the country.
Also, please fix your audio. I'm begging you. Like, I'm pleading with you, okay? Like, also, I think your mouth needs to be closer to your mic, okay? The problem here, and audio is everything, by the way. Like, audio manipulation is everything. If I was shouting right here, just like North is, okay? If I was shouting right here, just like how North is, yeah, okay, blah, 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 right? Okay, but if I come up here, okay, then, like, wow, isn't this, like, so much better? Isn't it more intimate and more impactful, right?
Okay.
Yo, hey.
Oh, hold on. Here we are. Sorry, I'm listening to you on stream and you're still shouting like how I was.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Is this better? Is this how I should position myself on the microphone?
Yes. Unironically.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Unironically,
All right.
yes.
I'll keep that. I'll keep that in mind for the future. That probably could have gone better. And retrospectively, like
no, you did fine. No, you did.
I'll take all the criticism.
No, you did fine. No.
Like,
you did fine
I don't think
overall.
I did anything.
Okay.
I don't think I did anything wrong in terms of like the points that I brought up or anything like that. It was more just like the debate tactics, like, you know, staying calm, not spurging out like a total retard.
Yeah. Why'd you drink?
Why'd I drink? Because it's kind of funny.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Look. There's a point of the debate where I thought, all right, this is not going to be anything like serious. We're not going to be going over like any like facts or anything like that. It's just going to be a just basically memes. So yeah, I just thought I'd pull out a beer, pull out a negative 196, and have fun.
Okay. Yeah, because I can kind of see myself like the thing is that I can kind of see myself also like drinking for a debate, just mainly because like I'm a very anxious person, so I can actually really understand, unironically, like drinking during a debate, right? But the thing is that you also have to keep in mind that like, yeah, I don't know, just in case, just in case, right, just in case that is what you're doing. But it sounds like that it wasn't an anxiety thing,
okay,
right?
I don't drink because I'm like anxiety. I literally, it's just for the fucking memes.
Oh, okay. If it's just for the fucking memes, okay, then I don't care. Yeah, then you drink away, I guess. But just make sure that, you know, you're coherent, okay? Because sometimes it can be kind of hard to understand like what you're saying. Just maybe because like your mic is fucked. I don't think it's because your mic is fucked specifically. I think it's because I think it's just because
like the positioning and like the filters,
the distance
and
away
the
from your
settings
mic.
that I have.
Yeah, you need to have compression. Yeah, in my opinion. Yeah,
wait, hold on. I have
compression
enabled on my mic. Pretty sure.
Like
I have a 10-to-1 compressor.
I don't know. Okay, just be closer to your mic at the very least, right? That's it.
Okay, I'll speak closer. Okay.
Yeah, but not too close.
Yeah.
Not too close. Yeah. Just.
I think I said this in the VC, but not on like.
Do you see where I am now? Like, do you see where I am now? Like for stream.
Hold on, let me look at the stream. Yeah, I see where you are.
Yeah. So you have to be this close. But to be fair, you know, we have different mic brands. I used a Blue Yeti ones. I actually don't remember. I think you might have to, you can't spit on it. Like you shouldn't be spitting on the Blue Yeti mic. It should be like aside, like a little bit like this, right?
I think I was told that a Blue Yeti is not like the ideal streamer mic because
it's not,
like
but it's not, but you don't need anything better. Like you don't need
Well,
anything better at the
what I
moment.
mean by
Like there's
that is,
no
like,
reason for you
it-
to like invest all that much into that unless
It's like, what is it? I
Unless
forget
you're
what it is,
really
like
into it.
dynamic mic or something like that. I don't forget what the exact name of it is.
Mhm.
It's like one type of mic takes all audio sounds from like one specific cone, and then there's like one that like brings in the audio from like everywhere in the room. And I think a Blue Yeti mic is the one that does everywhere in the room, and not like from the cone. So it makes the audio more fucky.
Wait, do you have the correct settings on the mic?
I think I do. Yeah.
Cardioid, right?
I don't know what it's fucking called. It looks like a little heart backwards.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
cardioid. It
that's
is
what
cardioid. Yeah. Okay, that's what you should have. Okay, good enough.
Okay.
But obviously, I didn't. By the way, I didn't get a better mic until 6 months ago. So the thing is
Congratulations.
No. But I'm not 6 months ago. Sorry, 10 months ago at this point, right? Because it was at around year's end of last year. So just letting you know, you don't really need that. But the thing is just make sure you're not like ear raping us. That's it. Like that's literally it. That's all you need to do.
I don't want to do these debates in the future and like not change anything because obviously that's not gonna be able to get my message
You're fine.
out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. You
Don't
should.
worry. I take the
Do
criticism.
more of these. Okay. Do more of these. Do more of these. Okay.
Are you familiar? Hold on. There's a server out there, a Discord server called the Roundtable. I don't know if you're in it or not. It's run by the like a moderator of Dylan Burns. And basically it's a place where people schedule debate panels.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna try to schedule my own debate panel, or not get panels really, but just schedule my own debates between me and like Maka people.
Okay.
So that
Sure.
I can instead of doing like this panel sort of deal.
I for the record, I hate being on panels. So that's all you. Okay.
Panels can be fine. So like, yeah, I do have a criticism like Corbyn basically letting Admiral Gibbs just continually speak all of his bullshit. Like I understand that he has a right to speak on the panel, but when he's constantly just like lying through his teeth,
Wait, is Corbyn? Is Corbyn?
Corbyn Sales was the
moderator,
guy on the top
right?
left. Yeah, he's the moderator. Yeah.
Okay.
He's the I think I pinged you with a video in the server of him orgasming.
Oh. I don't know what. No.
During this debate panel, he was during this debate panel he yawned very hard. It looked like he was like getting a fucking blowjob or something.
Oh, okay, Jesus Christ. I think maybe he was out of focus. Like, is he like who the fuck is this person? Like,
Corbyn Sales?
Yeah, this Corbyn person. Yeah. Who is he?
I met him on a RGR debate panel.
Okay.
I think he's like a sort of Destiny not orbiter, but like fan, but also not really. He's in the liberal space, so he's trying to do his own thing.
Okay. Does he not pay attention kind of to the debate or what's
he's
going on
the
with him?
moderator. Oh, he's Corbyn Sales, top left.
Yeah, is he paying attention?
I think he's paying attention. Yeah.
Okay.
He's doing moderator things, but he's not there to argue. Like.
Okay. Yeah. But he should be moderating, right?
He is moderating. Well, insofar as like trying to get like Luke to speak, and he's like preventing people from like interrupting others. Like I don't know if you saw me like flailing around, like muted because he fucking muted me during the debate panel.
Oh, why?
Because apparently I was like talking over Apple Gibbs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was.
I think that content is good. Like it's obviously a very heated debate kind of beat, right? But the thing is that like I feel like as moderator, you should be able to follow the conversation and try to clarify what like each person is like actually arguing, right? And why it's relevant to it, and what they're talking about, or if there's any evidence, right? Like I feel like that is the sign of an active moderator, not just a passive moderator, right? But yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to shit on Corbyn or anything like that.
No, it's okay.
No.
Allow me.
I
I shall do the shitting. Okay, I'll listen. I'll do the shitting. Okay, I'll do the shitting.
You'll do the
you,
shitting.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do the shitting for you. Okay. So then you don't have to assign any blame to yourself. Okay.
Of course. Yes, you will be my weapon for shitting on all the streamers.
Yep, exactly.
You think
Okay, all right.
You think I'm gonna be your orbiter? No, you're gonna be my orbiter. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Is there any other thoughts that you have?
Yeah, I think I expressed this before, maybe not on stream. I let Admiral Gibbs sort of draw me into the whole Kamala talking points when I really just shouldn't have. This is Republican versus Republican, like the Democratic Party and like what Kamala says or does shouldn't matter at all.
Well, we all know you're you're actually a liberal, right? You know,
I
never
believe
Trump
in
equals
liberalism,
liberal.
but I'm not a liberal in like capital L liberal.
We'll turn you. We'll turn you. Okay.
Well, you can certainly.
We'll turn
make
you.
that.
You'll
Look,
never beat the allegations. Okay.
If MAGA is not going to convince me to like give up on my ideals to, support the Republican Party, I don't know why I would give up on my ideals to support the Democratic Party.
Because we're just correct. That's why.
You're just correct, obviously.
Yeah, we're just simply correct. Yes. You'll find out in
Democrats,
time.
They never get anything wrong. Yeah.
No, we don't. No, we don't actually. Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
I don't think there's anything else beyond that. Oh yeah, my lighting as well. I gotta fix my fucking lighting because holy shit.
Oh. Your lighting really isn't bad. Like I've had way worse lighting with a way worse cam.
Well, it's the cam isn't necessarily bad. It's because there's no like lights in my room at all. So when the camera tries to compensate, it makes like the background look like it's a fucking sun. Yeah. All right. Appreciate talking to you.
Okay.
Have
Love
fun.
you. Bye. See ya.
Thank you for dealing with my cringe.
Nah. No. Oh my god. I don't want him to feel bad. Jesus Christ. Did I shit on him too hard? Whatever, man. It's fine.
But, it is what it is. So thank you for having me, and I
The
had
debate
fun.
literally looks like this.
All right. Admiral Gibbs, shout yourself out and give us a closing statement.
Oh yeah, thanks
Is
for
Fortnite
having
actually
me here. It's been a good
overrated?
time, very fun. Yeah, I think that it's pretty clear who the actual conservatives are, who are the ones actually providing sources, who are the ones being honest here.
Who was I? No, I wasn't debating. Was your thing zip e-court thing today? It was today. It was supposed to be today, but then my opponent, I don't think he did at all. Okay. My opponent decided that like they were too busy, so they wanted to like delay it by an entire week. So I just said, oh, I don't think I can handle another week of anxiety and anticipation. So I said, how about this? Let's cancel it, except it's not canceling. It's not actually canceling because I don't want to know when it happens. Instead, you should surprise me and ambush me. You should not tell me when it happens. So then I'm not waiting in anticipation. All right. Instead, you should drop into the waiting room out of nowhere. Okay. Or DM me a bunch of fucking times. Okay. Like begging for me to come in. So then I am caught off guard. Okay. Because I do not want to know a date, right? It's like I don't want. My anxiety sucks. Wait, hold on. What's this?
If Jesus was alive today, do you think he would vote Republican?
That's a great question.
I don't think I believe you, but
Wait, but this is members only. I feel like I'm stealing content if I react to this. Destiny versus 5 Trump supporters. Is Trump a bad advocate for Christian? Like, wouldn't this just be stealing content? I don't want to steal content. Because this is members first, right? W content leech. That's how you W idea? Yeah, like for example, that's just how I do things in general, right? Like people fucking call in. Yeah.
When one side provides sources and specific examples, the other side waves their hands and says
Watch that
Fugazi
video?
Fugazi, it's pretty clear which one's being the
It's
perfidious.
not members only. Wait, it is members only. What are you talking about?
Liars and snake oil salesmen. I would argue
members
these are the ones
first?
that are actually
Was it
either
members
rhinos,
first?
They're actually just dishonest Dems pretending to be Republicans. That's what's really going down here. I think
Link? It came out 2 weeks ago for members early. Now it's public. Oh, why are you guys watching me now? What the fuck? I thought you guys were watching ZipZip. Is ZipZip streaming right now? Conduct this? Well, I mean, I'm not conducting. I'm like commentating. I'll link you.
That it's pretty clear when we look
Hold on. I want to finish the conclusion of these people.
at social conservatism. Connor, granted, social conservatism is maybe at an all-time high in recent memory under Trump. You know, fiscal conservatism, yeah, definitely going strong here. I mean, every single way we went through, I showed exactly how he was exhibiting these conservative beliefs and leading the way. And like I said in my opening, he's a populist, right? But he's empowered conservatives. And really the issue here.
Anyone know what game Foodshops is playing? It's modded BattleTech.
Is that these individuals don't want to vote down ballot for these people, and these people are conservatives. You can't claim to be the conservative and then vote down ballot for socialist
we'll watch it afterwards,
or even worse, commies, or crazier and crazier. Now, finally, you can find me at Admiral Gibbs everywhere. We'll be having a cool thing. Connor mentioned 40K. We're going to be having the Pontius versus Majin soon. I think at the end of next month, the argument over who would win in a 40K fight between two different factions. It's a very fun, silly debate. Good stuff. We do wild stuff. We do all sorts of other good shit as well, like debate nights and panels every Thursday. So check it out. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. North, shout yourself out and give us.
I honestly cannot, for the love of God, ever understand why all of these content creators are trying to make it, and they're trying to like make it in the field or something, right? But then they'll never publish any videos. I feel like if I miss a day of publishing videos, like I can literally see the number drop, right? Like if I go one day without publishing any videos, yeah, the number fucking drops like a rock, okay? So the thing is I don't understand these like content creators who are genuinely trying to make it for years, but then all they do is stream, but not publish any videos. Like, you don't even need to publish videos as often as me. You don't need to. You don't need to do that. Like, I already know I have a fucking weird fucking work ethic. Okay, as in like I just do nothing but publish videos all day. All right, but the thing is like you have to do more. You just have to do more than no videos, or like the extremely occasional videos like once every few months. Like you have to do more than that. Like you really do. Like you'll not get any attention just simply from live streaming. Like I'm sorry, or exposure. You have to capture the algo. Like that's what you need to do.
Opening statement.
Okay, yeah, you can find me on
just
YouTube
repost
at
VODs, yes.
youtube.com/@northislive. I do live streaming debates like this occasionally. I'm trying to focus on uploading prepared content onto my channel. Recently uploaded a introductory video, which is basically what I want to achieve with my channel. You can find me on Twitter at @thatguysnorth. I think it's pretty clear that me and Connor demonstrated that Trump is not a conservative. He's a populist. I mean, even Admiral Gibbs said that Trump is a populist and not a conservative. I don't know how you can claim to be a conservative while openly supporting a populist.
Because this is already an extremely competitive career. If you want to make this a thing, like if you want to make this a thing down the line, you have to be serious about it. Like you can't fuck around and find out like after you've wasted so many fucking years doing fucking fuck all, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's just silly.
Sorry, I'm a little bit drunk right now because I had a couple drinks in. You did this very wild.
We couldn't tell.
What a guy.
Yeah, we've seen the Trump administration increase the national debt to historic highs. We see them increase historic new tariffs, which are an import tax, whether you want to believe that or not. And Admiral Gibbs has even said that he wants to keep the tariffs in place in order to promote American industry. So Donald Trump has been a historic promoter of, as Admiral Gibbs conceded, socialist-like policies of taking over parts of American businesses. Donald Trump has instituted historic protectionism through giving subsidies to certain industries, which Admiral Gibbs also conceded is socialist-like. I would argue that's not conservative at all. And Admiral Gibbs also conceded that Donald Trump and MAGA isn't really neoconservative. I mean, they are against American intervention in other places. One of Donald Trump's main running campaigns was being anti-Ukraine, giving foreign subsidies to like foreign countries. So I don't think you can call them neoconservative either. And when it comes to social conservatism, I think we've very much demonstrated that Donald Trump is grifting off of Christianity, is not a Christian, and also that he's a pedophile. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing at all. How can you be a social conservative if you're a literal pedophile? Like, I think this is pretty.
Whoa, hey, listen. What are you talking about? Pedophilia and social conservatism goes back hundreds of years, okay? You have no idea.
Be clear.
All right.
Yeah, I've already said my
Careful.
socials. That's the end of my thing.
All right, Luke, True Republicanism. Try to shout yourself out, buddy.
There's not really much to shout out, but yeah, no, I had fun. This was a fun night. I'm like mid football season right now, so I'm like struggling a little bit with keeping up with everything going on in the world. My head hurts a lot because I've been running headfirst into everything. But yeah, no, as regards to Trump, I would say that he's definitely an outgoing guy. Say what you want about his social life. I would say is very not seen well as upon to a Christian mind. But
No.
I definitely would defend a lot of his policies.
By the way, okay, North, that was a great conclusion. That was actually a fantastic closing segment. Okay, if this is the last thing anybody remembers of you, like from this panel, if they watch it the entire way through and didn't just like quit like after a few moments because like Admiral Gibbs is like too much to handle, I just want to say, or you're screaming, okay, but I just want to say like, yeah. That was a good one. The reason it was good is because you said that he admitted to saying that he was wrong. He conceded on this point, he conceded on this point, he conceded on this point, he moved the flag post, he is constantly moving from point to point, blah blah blah, right? Yeah, no. Whether or not that's true, I don't even know if that matters all that much. Yeah.
A lot of them are a little bit radical in a sense. But yeah, I had fun tonight. Thank you guys. Y'all didn't really let me speak that much, but it's all right.
Well, that's also a choice on your end as well. I tried to give you time when I could,
Thank you, Corbin.
multiple times. So, all
Yeah,
right.
true. Bitch.
Well, gentlemen, thank
Sorry.
you for joining us, and thank
15-year-old.
you, audience.
No bully.
My very generous audience, and Connor's too. They kind of rated in a little bit earlier, so I got some decent views on this. So I appreciate you guys all coming out. My name is Corbin Sales. You can find me on X, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, all by the same name. Yeah, and thank you to my generous, excellent guests for coming out, and hopefully we will have all of you gentlemen back on at some point.
Your counterpoints. Really quick question. Are you friends with Destiny? I heard Admiral Gibbs say that. Oh shit. Let me tell him I said what's up.
Okay. You can DM me too.
Nah, I appreciate it. See you.
All
All
right,
right.
good. Thank y'all. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Have a good one, gentlemen. Have a good night now.
Bro, I knew it, okay? It's coming, okay? It's fucking coming. All right, okay. Not like that. Pause. All right. Destiny versus 50-year-old Becca. Okay, all right. That's enough. You said what I was thinking? What? What's that? Did you not come? You're too old for him, Luke. Jesus. Chill. Oh my god. Okay, I'm be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom, okay? Be right back. The bitch for not speaking up?
All right.
Oh.